I'm on a hit list of a few divas. They see me dripping with Rich the Kid, yeah, that new freezer. All we got is us, Lou Peter. New visa for the two-seaters. Same year like the new feeders. Drippy like the youth freeders. The youth need us, the booth feeders. 750 boosts, I ain't talking about the new Adidas. Them rhymes is poppin', them signs is poppin', dimes are droppin', we diamond shopping, we island hopping. From St. John's to St. Thomas, a good wife, living a good life, that's what they can't promise. For more than 4 summers, I was Mr. Whoremonger, who the horse hunger, laying more lumber than Hackshaw, Jim Duggan doing tour numbers. If you wanna have a good life, then you gotta have a good wife. Good wife, if you wanna have a good life. Good life, then you gotta have a good wife. Good wife, if you wanna have a good life. Good life, then you gotta have a good wife. Good wife, if you wanna have a good life. Good life, then you gotta have a good wife. Good wife. Yeah. You the ground for the seed. Promise I'm down to be around when you need. I ain't the king without the crown for the queen. I made a vow when I was proud, she agreed. Got me down on my knees. Get you a ring and then a house with a deed. 40 acres of land surrounded with trees. We could turn the jungle to a town if we breathe. Lay you down and conceive. I'm the one, she the two, we made it 3. This is real, this ain't a dream, I make believe. You got the lock, I got the keys, I set you free. You got me thinking the heavens that you were sent to me. Cause you be pleasing me physically, even mentally. You got the flavor, ingredients in the recipe. Only place you belong is sitting next to me. Cause I was made to be yours and this is destiny. If you wanna have a good life, then you gotta have a good wife. Good wife, if you wanna have a good life. Good life, then you gotta have a good wife. Good wife, if you wanna have a good life. Good life, then you gotta have a good wife. Good wife, if you wanna have a good life. Good life, then you gotta have a good wife. Good wife.
The intention is boom, the vibe is dynamic, seen the way that I move. You think you can handle it? What's your fantasy? What's your plan with me? Rubbing on my nipples, he was giving me energy. Kundalini rituals before the king entered me. Womb activated in his eyes, I could clearly see. Pranayama deep strokes, my God, he be healing me. I just want to build and establish a legacy. Open conversations and no spaces for jealousy. It's alchemical therapy. Soon as you next to me, we a beautiful recipe. This especially destiny. When I see you, I see God. I see love. I see us.
That's right. Yes, there you have it off of the Red Summer album. That is Good Wife, track number 3, featuring Cambada and Lizzie Jeff. Go and look it up. Streaming on your streaming platforms, Spotify, Tidal, Apple, YouTube. All right. Get that thing the spins that it deserves. That is a springtime, summertime anthem. Good Wife. All right. And that whole album right there, Scorpion King. The Red Summer. Make sure y'all go ahead, spin the whole album. Buy the album on the redsummermerch.com. Save it up. Do what you want to do. Put it in the whip. You know what I'm talking about? Put it in a safe. Whatever you do with your collectibles, do the same thing with that, my friends, because that thing right there, yeah, that's a classic right there. You know what I'm saying? And that's not just me. That's the hood talking. That's the streets talking. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, Red Summer. Videos will be coming soon. All right. So yeah, let's do the roll call. Shout out to everybody in the building. Very long weekend. I just want to tell you, very long weekend. If y'all was to see me, I'd have been little half dead doing a live and whatnot. I couldn't let y'all see me. I was kind of tapped out. It was just too much work. You know what I'm talking about? It was just too much work. Can you email your crypto was doing bad? How's your crypto doing bad? And how you think I'm gonna help you with that? I don't have, until I have my own coin. I don't. What can I could give you advice, but that's a consultation. So let me send you my email. You could reach out to me. I'm reach outable. You know what I'm saying? Hit me on Proton Mail. question, comments, and really business. You know what I'm saying? Proton Mail is it's not Gmail. It's a different energy. You know what I'm talking about? That's all of the crypto talk. That's that NFT talk. You know what I mean? That's that non-fungible talk right there. You know what I'm talking about? So you got to hit it up. You got to hit the Proton Mail when you want to get the consultations, when you want to talk business. For all of my advertiser out there, my advertisers, we're gonna onboard all of the new advertisements next week. Pardon me, like I said, it's just been super busy. I had let's do a roll call about where I was at in a few days. I started out Wednesday last week, right? Today's Wednesday. So Wednesday last week I did the lecture. The evolution will be digitized. And somebody asked if that lecture is available. And my answer to that is, do birds fly and do fishes swim? Anything that I do, for the most part, right, is safely secured and it's in a digital, it's in the cloud somewhere, right? So that's in the cloud. That's recorded. That's there for your viewing pleasures. I've been sending out multiple copies every other day. People are hitting me up nonstop because there's a lot of people are just hearing about it, and there's a lot of people who couldn't make it. I sold about 200 something tickets, and there was only 100 something people in class. So people just be like, "I'm gonna get the ticket and catch it when I can." Now, go and check your emails. If you bought a ticket, the replay is in your email under Stream Chaser's email. Look in your spam, but go and check your email. You know what I'm talking about? I bet you when you put Stream Chasers in your search bar, it's gonna pull up mad shit that I've sent you because I be sending y'all mad emails. You just might not know it's me because sometimes it comes from KTL University or it comes from Stream Chasers at Gmail, I believe. So go and check it out. I don't, I be thinking about y'all more than y'all think about me. Be hitting y'all up. So what I'm talking about? Hit me back. All right. Let's do the roll call. I don't want to run my mouth too much before I do a tap. Before I tap in and find out where the family is. Then we're gonna go into what the whole weekend was like. You was in the hospital, little goddess. Are you okay? You know what I'm talking about? Are you all right? And don't tell me that it was the Rona. Okay? You all right? Why is Gangsta Party Trail selling moving weight in the chat room? What we doing? All right, y'all. So Seminole, Florida, land of the hidden Moors. All right.
To this day.
Yeah. Seminole.
To this day.
Yeah, they still beating. They still whooping on the. They still whooping on the pink toe. You know what I'm talking about? They still whipping on the pink toe. They still whipping on the Caucasoid out there. The Seminoles. I hope so. California in the building. Cali in the building. Houston in the building. Detroit in the building. B-more in the building. Goldsboro, North Cackalack in the building. Southeast Georgia. All right. Kampala, Uganda. What's happening in Uganda? I see you. You know I see you, right? Salute to all of Uganda. Salute to Africa. I was just watching a video. A brother sent me a documentary. Nigga, mama, I made it. I'm in a documentary from a group from Africa. You know what I mean? They put a clip of a cloth talk. You know what I'm saying? One of the Third Eye Thursdays that I did talking about cryptocurrency and things of that nature. You know what I mean? They put it in their clip. They put it in their documentary, implying that they've been somewhat inspired by my cloth. You know what I mean? Inspired by what it is that I'm saying. So that means a lot. You know what I mean? So I salute to them. I'm going to still watch the whole documentary. Matter of fact, I'm going to drop the link in the chat. We got shit. We got to spread the love. But let me get through the roll call first. The Bronx is in the building. Tucson, Arizona via ATL. North Virginia, Clearwater, Florida. 804 to the 404. Miami Gardens, Seattle. All right, Seattle. I see you. We're gonna smoke it. We're gonna smoke it up one day in Seattle. Mississippi. Savannah. I see you, Savannah. Vegas up in this thing. That's right, Ishmael. Islam. Vegas is up in this thing heavy. West Side Chicago. Savannah's up in this thing. I see you, Savannah. You know what I'm talking about? Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix at Crenshaw. I don't want to be on here throwing no sets, but Crenshaw's in the building. ATL is in the digital building. KTL and the ATL. Shout out to all of my KT aliens. Yeah, I've been receiving a lot of texts and stuff. They miss me in the A. I will see y'all very soon. I definitely will see you guys very soon. Bad news up in this thing. Savannah up in this thing. San Fran up in this thing. People smoking in the apartment building. Oh my goodness. Man, you need some sea moss? London up in this thing. In it across the pond. Do you need some sea moss, little goddess? Because we can arrange something for you. We about health, wealth, and knowledge of self over here. You know what I'm talking about? We about self-health and self-wealth and knowledge of self. So health, wealth, and knowledge of self. So we gotta hold each other up. You dig? You dig? I'm sitting on a few sea moss. I'll put some shit on the stove for you and whip up some gel for you. You know what I'm talking about? Hit me on it. Look, Red Pillar 75 at Proton Mail. We could keep this private. You know what I'm saying? But I want to make sure that you are okay because that's scary. I don't like hearing hospital talk. Toledo, Ohio, Birmingham, Cleveland. What's happening, Cleveland? How y'all doing out there? East Lanzo in the building, West Philly. Okay. Shout out to Chicago. Okay. Yo, Chicago took care of me, man. Hold on.
Bang, 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 bang.
Thank you, Chicago. Thank you. Yeah, it was. Whew. Is weed legal in Chicago? I just want to know. Is marijuana legal in Chicago? Because they surely smoke like it is. I don't know. I didn't ask too many questions, but goddamn it. Them things was going around. You know what I'm talking about? Them things was they was going around. Man. They was smoking. They was definitely smoking out there. You know when they be like they put niggas in a blunt? They wasn't lying. They put your whole body in the backwood. I was like, damn. I promise you. Hey, Red. What's up? What the hell? Yeah. We're gonna talk about the Cuomo with the vaccine passport. My lungs was on a gate, bro. Cause like I said, I haven't been burning no trees for a while. I was just chilling. You know what I'm talking about? And I guess they didn't get the memo. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Chicago Crypto and the family. Red carpet though. You know what I mean? Red carpet. I was treated like a diplomat. You know what I mean? I was given all of the good treatment that good promoters give. You know what I mean? If there's some jankiness, I'm gonna talk about it. The venue was private, right? And I like that. You know what I'm talking about? The venues were private, and I like that. Because it keeps it, you know what I mean? Sometimes I don't need all of the hoopla with everybody coming. Excuse me, damn. Everybody coming and going and peeking and whenever like when you do a lecture and you put out the public address, this happens a lot in New York because everybody knows each other, right? Nah, Blue is not an AZ. When people know each other and shit, like they'll come to your lecture and be outside having ciphers and whatnot and circles and shit. And you be all the way on the stage looking at niggas outside like, yo, tell them niggas to pay the ticket, man, and come on in. What the fuck? How the nigga gonna come to my lecture and have a lecture outside? What are we doing? Outside lectures now? You know what I'm talking about? What are you doing? Uber lectures, my nigga? You niggas is ordering lectures? Like, come on now. So before I even get to Newark, New Jersey, last week on Wednesday, right? I was supposed to do a 3-hour or 4-hour lecture. You know what I'm talking about? So I could talk to the people because there's a lot of research taking place. We went and did this right here. Went and did this thing right here. Yeah, knocked that out the park. The evolution will be digitized 2021. Mind you, This right here is just a one-on-one. I'm not calling it a teaser because I don't tease people. This wasn't a teaser, but this was a primer. You know what I'm talking about? It was a primer. I was priming the people with information. It's a one-on-one, meaning that the shit gets deeper than this. If we in the pool, this is you're doggy paddling right now. This is the kiddie pool. You feel me? This is shallow waters. It really is. I promise you. Dead ass. It's shallow waters. The next 4 topics, you're gonna be getting your feet wet. That's when it's gonna be up to your knees, and then your ass gonna be swimming after that. And but this was the one-on-one because my inbox, and I saw by the way that the people bought tickets that they want this information, they need this information, they ready to grab this information by the horns. You feel me? Because this is what a lot of people are not just talking about, they're doing it. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. So we did 6 hours instead of 4. I ended this shit at like 3 a.m., bruh. You know what I mean? I started at 9. It was over at 3. Yeah, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Yeah. This shit was over at 3 o'clock. Niggas in LA thought that we was chilling. I was like, fam, I'm in New York. I'm tired. You know what I'm talking about? Where you? It's just midnight where you're at. You're just beginning to unwind. Yeah, I'm damn near up with the roosters, my nigga. Like, I got to get a few hours in because the next day was my son's birthday. He's turned 1 years old. You know what I'm talking about? So, we had to put on for that. No. Matter of fact, his birthday was on Friday, the 2nd. The 1st, I had to go and take my son to see King Kong versus Godzilla. We're going to talk about that too. You niggas ain't ready. You know what I'm talking about? So we did this. Then Saturday, I went to New Jersey, right? Newark, New Jersey, that is. Brick City, where Tretch and Redman and all of these niggas is from. Right? Shout out to Queen Latifah. Yeah. And this was lit. Yo, this shit right here was the best way to stay to my lectures. I following me on my Instagram would be the best way. There's not a lot of things that I don't put on my Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be a little bit private in life, but all of my lectures and stuff, the flyers and whatnot. And you should follow Melanin Mondays and Third Eye Thursdays, which is the weekly shows that we do on YouTube right here. That way you'll be able to see the flyers. I tend to put the flyers up a lot. You know what I mean? I'm gonna start using DTube. I mean, I got a DTube account like 3 years ago. I need assistance. Somebody that's out there, preferably a blurred, to help me move my I got a library about 1,000 videos, dead ass. Like, I got a hard drive filled up with videos. I mean, it's 600 in one clip, one folder, and maybe like 300 in the other one, just from all of the videos that I've done. So I need assistance making playlists, lining them up by topic and things of that nature. So yeah, I want to build out. I'm going to be building out not just in D and on the D tube. I'm going to be building out on OpenSea. I'm going to be building out on the virtual realms and the virtual worlds. You know what I'm saying? Where people with the Oculus and the virtual glasses and the augmented reality glasses are going to be at. Like, I'm over there in Decentraland. You know what I mean? That's where I'm gonna be at with some of my stuff. So yeah. Yeah, but they came out deep in Newark. My goodness. It was an outdoor event. It was kind of chilly that day. Shit. I didn't speak on DMX yet. They was outside. You know what I'm saying? Niggas say that outside. Yeah, they was outside. For real. They was outside. They pulled up. They was shopping with us real heavy. Yo, let me tell you something. Let me show you this thing right here. You see this thing right here? I don't know what the ladies, they love them some face rollers, goddamn it. These shit sold out in about an hour. You know what I'm talking about? Face rollers was gone. I came with a nice little setup. Face rollers was out of here. Pew. They was grabbing them shits up left and right. Let me get 3. Let me get 2. Is that amethyst? Yeah, put that in the bag. Say less. I'm like, what? What happened? So put that in the bag. You know, the stimmy hit, nigga. Say less. Matter of fact, put another one in the bag. I'm like, damn. They shopping with the boy. Virginia just legalized cannabis. Oh my goodness. It's on and pop everywhere. It's raining coins. Hallelujah. It's just coins everywhere. You know what I'm talking about? You got the rose quartz one? Yeah. Well, look, these shit's delicate, man. Put them in the freezer. They work better when they're cold. Yeah, I'm talking about. Be creative, but be careful. Don't go all ham because the shit'll crack. It's a crystal. You know what I mean? Shit delicate. It's like a tenderoni. You know what I mean? Treat your face roller like you're gonna treat your queen, nigga. It's delicate. You know what I'm talking about? Don't be breaking her in half. You know, you gotta hold her. So they came out mad deep in Newark. They wanted to know about the crystals and the crypto. They did a music performance. The hostess, right? Her name is Shino, right? Shino, like she know, like he, like they know, like she know. That's her name. She know, and she's on Apple Music. Let me show you a clip. I don't have the whole thing, but hear them coins dropping. She's on Apple Music. I'm gonna give everybody on Cash App a shout out too in a minute. Just give me a minute. I'm warming up right here. I ain't see y'all in a minute. God damn. You know when you don't think that you posted a lot, but you look in your thing and I got a lot of posts. I thought I was offline when I was in Chicago, but god damn it, there's still a lot of shit up there. But the sister did a song where she had me and my brother in the hook. She had a few other people's names in the hook.
Yo, what's the meaning of love? What's the meaning of love? What's the meaning of trust? What's the meaning of life? Bring that back. What's the meaning of love? Wisdom, here to lead yo. What's the meaning of love? What's the meaning of love? What's the meaning of trust? What's the meaning of life? Bring that back.
She was going there. She was definitely going there.
If your game is on, give me a call.
Had the music out there.
All to you.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm all ghetto with the phone. I could just take y'all to my Instagram page. Yeah, they had a DJ out there. Real talk. You know, Newark is known for like they do house dancing and shit. They was known for skating rings and what niggas be skating and out there and whatnot. So they kept the vibes. You know what I'm talking about? They kept the vibes respectful. You know what respectful vibes is? Respectful vibes is if it's an outdoor event, nigga, don't be playing no, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to DMX. You know what I'm talking about? That's my guy. But don't be playing no fucking DMX at a family event, okay? That's what's up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Unless it's your family. Don't play it at our family events, okay? That's not for the family. You know? But what we did do is we played DMX prayer. When we started our lecture, it was like, fuck that. We're going to open up the lecture with the DMX prayer. Didn't we? Anybody who was in Newark, please put a fire emoji so you know that the boy is not capping. And I was like, we're going to pray. But you don't want to hear Red Pill praying. Shit, this nigga's in trouble. Let's hear him praying. You know what I'm talking about? DMX is in trouble. Let's hear DMX praying because My prayer for him might not have been sincere as his prayer, because his prayer, he broke down, he explains to you what he's going through. Man had demons. You know what I'm talking about? He had demons. So we did the DMX prayer, and then by the end of the night, somebody came while the lecture right before it was over. They was like, I don't know if you can hear the sound anyway. Hold on. They was like, yo, he's pulling out of his coma, because prior to that, we was under the impression that DMX was still in a coma, right? Can you hear it in the headphones? Can you hear that? Hit the like button. So it was outdoors. It was cold as hell. You know what I'm talking about? It was brick. It was brick in the brick city. Oh, you can't hear it? Oh well. It's just playing old school music. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Had the crystals. You know what I mean? Cafunya. It was lit. Oh, you see that embroidery? Yeah. It was lit. It was, I ain't gonna lie. It was lit. You know what I mean? Then we did the lecture, took some pictures. Let me see. The next day. Oh yeah, we did some merch. Made some merch when I was in Chicago. That's the new piece right there. Black Sun, Red Summer merch. That's the Black Sun, black on black. You know what I'm talking about? If your melanin is poppy, then you have the shiny face with the shiny, yeah, that part. Um, yeah. My bros from biggest crypto play ever pulled up. You know what I mean? J Crypto, Slice, Iggy from the biggest crypto play ever. My Illuminati Congo pulled up. Yeah, my dude Illuminati Congo. If anybody knows that artist, he's a legend. Big things. Yeah, yeah. We was doing our thing, man. Chicago was nice. Chicago was real nice. Big steppers. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So it was nice things, man. Nice things were going on. Um we we was building. Yeah, I'm talking about. We was building about uh putting together something big for the family, right? Something big for the family, right? Look, here's my email. I can't hit anybody up. I'm asking you kindly. Send me an email so we could conversate. You feel me? Just send the email. You know what I mean? I'll be able to get back to you before it's too late. You know what I'm talking about? But I just can't reach out to anybody like that. Like, my body is different, bro. It's just, shit is it's not like that. You know. Um, yeah. Talk about Binance and Ethereum. I mean, bro, that's what we did the class about, right? We did the class so we could get into those kind of conversations. I actually have a weekly show that I'm working on bringing out underneath the banner Know the Ledger, and that's going to deal with strictly crypto talk, strictly, you know what I mean? It's going to deal with all of that conversation. Know the Ledger is going to deal with all things Web 3.0. I can't necessarily keep having those conversations because it'll be scatterbrained. on Melanin Monday and Third Eye Thursday, it's gonna be scatterbrain. It'll be like in the middle of some deep shit. Then I'm like, yo, XRP is going to the moon. Like you need concentrated information that's gonna be on that topic and that topic only. That's how we're gonna be able to really that's how we're gonna benefit in each other's lives, because we'll be keeping on topic and we'll know that we're going to be having action items and whatnot. Action items means, yo, at the end of this show, 50 of us are finna go buy some Tron tokens, or 50 of us is gonna go get some XRP, or 300. If it's 300 of us in the chat, I'm like, let's all run up in something right now. Let's all crash. Let's break the internet. Let's go on this. Let's go on Coinbase. I'm using that as an example. I'm not saying, and let's buy this coin. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna be moving like that as a collective. But to be honest with you, I can't do it in the middle of these platforms that I'm doing, or these podcasts and whatnot. It requires, especially after I did that 6-hour lecture, that workshop, I realized that this shit requires a lot of, you got to go over these things multiple times. But the short run is, go and get you that Ripple, that XRP. That's the short run. Go get you the XRP shit going up. I feel like they finna beat their case before the white boy in the George Floyd shit beats his case. So I feel that the Ripple is gonna go up. So go get you, what I mean? Get on top of that before that shit go through the roof. Put a few racks on it, you know what I mean? Definitely put the stimmy on it. Definitely put the stimmy. You want to make a guap run? Yeah, I do too. I do too. XRP was 20. What is it? 90 cents. Where is it at today? I was just looking at my wallet. Shit is up. If it's up, then it's stuck. Is it up? Top gainers. Let me go to all assets. That shit is at 93 cents, bro. With the blood clot. Let me see what I got in my wallet. Yeah, XRP. Talk black to me, XRP. You know what I'm talking about? Talk black to me, XRP. You know what I mean? That's a quick flip for a lot of people. Ain't it? That's a quick flip. I know people that got mad XRP coins. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it's 340 of it. Yeah, hit the like button.
To this day.
Yeah, hit that like. Yeah, hit that like button. So yeah, I want to talk about DMX. I want to begin this conversation dealing with the dark man X, right? A few things happened that I witnessed. And when I was in Newark, I was having a conversation about, the outside neighborhoods in Newark that we were driving through that are kind of like, run down, dilapidated. And I was pointing to chemical warfare as being the culprit. Newark was once called Newark, right? Newark. And Newark, like Chicago, like Detroit, was considered to be a mecca of not just black consciousness, black culture, jazz, bebop, R&B, niggas that be scatting, the blues in some degrees. And, when the drugs hit, the culture took a hit. And as a result of the culture taking a hit, the people take a hit. Right? The riot started the downturn, right? And then they came with the drugs to keep people, you know, yeah, definitely keep that same energy. You know what I mean? Free the crackheads. And that when they came with the chemicals after the riots, you feel me? It was basically to keep our people suppressed in what is known as escapism. When they traumatize you enough and trigger PTSD, the natural uh progression or degression for that matter is escapism, right? Tapping out. People want to tap in to something else. They want to tap out of reality. Henceforth, you get onboarded to the Fetty. You get onboarded to that horse. You get onboarded to that white girl and all of that other things. There's so many names that we could give them. You know, in the hood, the fucking blunt is escapism. It starts there. You know what I mean? And because of the chemicals that they're putting in the marijuana, it's been known to be a gateway drug. You know what I mean? Where people get on the weed and then that shit leads them to other things. You know what I'm talking about? So our good brother Earl Simmons, Dark Man X, he has a unique position in hip hop. He's one of the few open junkies, right? From the older generation, right? Not the new junkies, not the new ones that are on crack and, you know, they're on dope, they're on heroin, they're on opiates and whatnot, right? Lean and them pills, right? That you know, the perkies. You know what I'm talking about? Pop a perk, go crazy. You know what I mean? They said the perkies is like Viagra's for these young niggas. You know what I'm talking about? So DMX though, in the older generation, the Jay-Z generation, right? Because him and Jay-Z were fighting for supremacy at one time, right? Nas, you know, you see Nas looking all young, still focusing on his health, right? But then you see other people like Pimp C, you know what I mean? Like Screw, DJ Screw, and a few other people from Texas and places like that, you know, make transition prematurely because of the lean, right? Hard shit, you know what I'm saying? Allegedly. And that wasn't discussed openly amongst the peers because it was somewhat shunned. So they kind of swept things under the rug. And, you know, people just don't talk about shit like that. You know what I'm talking about? They don't really have those conversations about getting people help, intervention, and whatnot, and the dangers of what it is. I mean, they say it haphazardly, like anybody else would say it, but I don't know because I'm not in the studios. I'm not around everybody all the time. But from the looks of things, there's a lot of people slipping through the cracks who would have otherwise, you know, received some type of help if it were another situation. You know, if that nigga needed help spending money, I'm sure that he could have found that a lot quicker than if he needed help kicking that motherfucking monkey on his back. Now, DMX stated in an interview that he was actually tricked into participating in his first crack smoking session, right? I shared with the family that when I was a young man, I believe I was around 16 or 15, somebody slipped me some angel dust. You know what I'm talking about? And I seen how quick that shit can happen. I witnessed personally, right? I lived through, you know, the fear or the trauma of being slipped a chemical that you probably were too young to deal with. And I have friends, right? One of my old friends from back in the days, a nigga from the sandbox, he went away to school. Somebody slipped him some shit. He came back to the block completely twisted and never got his mind back. Right? The brother said DMX did less for us than the harm being done by Little Nas X. I don't understand what that means. You know? I don't understand what that means. Respectfully, you know? My aim and what we did in Newark, New Jersey is we didn't judge Earl Simmons. You know what I'm talking about? We didn't judge him. What we did, we didn't even talk about him being, we didn't even mention the word. We didn't utilize the finality of certain words that people like to use when they use those three initials. We didn't feed none of that energy. We was like, nah, fuck that. We're gonna pull him out of the darkness. We're gonna pull him out of the darkness. You know what I mean? We're not doing that. You know. But what I did see in the verses when he did Snoop Dogg verses, I'm like, damn, why nobody is talking about his you know what I mean? Is anybody gonna help him with that stomach? Is anybody, because I know that was a lot of that weight that you gain when you're in, like, you know, recovery. But we gotta talk about, you know, that stomach gotta go down. You know what I mean? That man's stomach have to go down, especially with the way that those drugs were being abused. Like, if you don't get rid of that stomach, if you don't clear out your intestines and whatnot, if you don't clean your stomach out, them parasites that was addicted to that crack and other things, them shits is still in you, bro. And it ain't even about eating. That's not a stomach. That's not dealing with the eating aspect. That's dealing with, you know, the gut health and some other things. You know how strong them urges are to fucking relapse, to pick. You know what I mean? You know how strong them urges are when you got all of that stuff swimming around in your intestines. You know? Yeah, he had the 2012 Gucci stomach. Now look at what Gucci Man did with his stomach, and niggas was like, he's a clone. You see what happens to our people when they go and clean themselves up? You see what happens to our people when they detox? You see what happens to our people when they want to get rid of the fucking path that they was on and put the drugs down, and their skin starts to clear up, and they shed pounds that they didn't fucking need? Niggas is like, oh, Gucci Man is a clone. It can't be him. You know, his skin is glowing. We know that's not the Gucci that we're used to. You feel me? So I know, I know DMX is around healthy men. He's around Styles P. He's around Jada. He's around Swiss. He's around the other brothers that are at Rough Riders label. And these brothers have a Islamic background. You know what I mean? And I'm sure they're very disciplined in their quote unquote eating habits, and also in regards to, you know, staying clean, because it's not like the whole label is having addiction issues, right? It's not like the whole label is having addiction issues, correct? Okay? Yes, and that doesn't say that people in his circle might not be haters, because to be honest with you, I just said his label. That necessarily doesn't have to be his circle. I mean, I'm sure DMX went through many different circles in his career, and you know, maybe the people who are around him right now, I mean, god damn it, there's people, you know what I mean? Like, you never know when it comes to relapse. You never know. You know what I mean? You never know. Styles P got a juice bar. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he definitely needs some ayahuasca retreat. He needs to book the whole island just for itself, because I think some ayahuasca, he gonna be fighting whatever demons he's fighting. It's gonna get very loud. You know what I mean? He gonna pull some trees down and whatnot. You know, I like that. Dark Man X is Spawn. Earl Simmons is out. That was major right there. We sent out healing energy to the man, you know. And like I said, you know, collectively, I feel that, you know, collectively, we are some very powerful people who probably don't even know our ultimate power. The power of prayer, right? Because we get into consciousness, we get awake. We, by show of hands, how many people are foundationally Christians? Just give me some fire emojis. This is not a judgmental section. I'm not judging. How many people have a Christian upbringing? That's your foundation. Let's take a toll right now, respectfully. Right? So we get into consciousness, right? We graduate. We level up in school, right? Because this is the university, right? And we are in the schools of knowledge, correct? Right? We're in the schools of knowledge, and this is the university. So some people that I know never went to kindergarten. They didn't start in kindergarten. They skipped the shit. I'm like, you a bad motherfucker. You just woke up and you was in the 3rd grade. You just start using the potty, nigga, using the 2nd grade. You that deep. Like, you know, would you have a CMOS pacifier, nigga? Is your brain advanced? But the majority of us, 98% of us, have a foundation in Christianity. That's our kindergarten. Okay? That's where we came out of. Right? And I promise you, I wasn't even Christian like that. I won't even consider myself, when I'm saying us, I'm lying to you niggas. I wasn't really a Christian like that in the beginning. But that was the first religion that I was introduced to, right? At around 6 or 7, maybe. I was trying to get with this Haitian girl, right? I wanted some sac passe. You know what I mean? I was trying to get with a Haitian girl, and she was in the church. So I was like, I asked my dad, because my dad's an atheist. I was like, Dad, can I go to church? And he looked at me like, nigga, what? I was like, I want to go to church because the kids in the building, these niggas obviously are going to church. You know, I was in Flatbush. You know what I'm talking about? So church is mandatory. You know what I mean? Niggas wasn't brave like that when they were young. They just started acting like that later in life. Niggas' grandmas was not having that. You know what I'm talking about? So all of the Haitians and Jamaicans had to go to church. So we start going with them. I'm like, God damn it. Could we, like, are we on the fucking, this nigga's lying to us. He's supposed to be a man of God, but he keeps saying we about to take a break. Nigga, how long are we finna be here? Anyway, so I gave up on church in a few weeks, right? And I didn't get no sac passe. You know what I'm talking about? Mambule. So, but what I do know is that we have Christianity as a foundation. It's akin to being in kindergarten. It's akin to us saying we all went to 1st grade. Nigga, so what? You know what I'm talking about? I did too. And what, nigga? When you in the 9th grade, when you in high school, when you're in 13th grade in a community college, you're not bragging about being in fucking kindergarten or 1st grade. There's nothing to brag about. You assume that a nigga started out in kindergarten. Well, goddamn it, nigga, that's Christianity. It's kindergarten. It's elementary school. We get consciousness, We become awoke. We get woke first, right? We get woke, or we get conscious. Then we like, fuck that. We don't gotta pray no more. Ashe. Ashe. Everything is ashe. A nigga sneeze, you be like, ashe. And it's like, you still praying though. Oh, my ancestors, they're gonna handle this. Oh, if they don't convict that police officer for killing George Floyd, the ancestors. That's what Bobby has said. The ancestors, they gonna deal with him in the ancestor realm, right? I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna put my altar together in the ancestors, right? So we still praying in a sense. You know what I'm talking about? But let a nigga run up on you one night with the blicky. Let your ops get a drop on you. Let somebody try to hurt you. Let your life be in danger, my nigga. Let you get pulled over by the officer that they finna acquit for killing homeboy for Derek, and he pull you over. He's back on fucking job. He's like, pull over, nigga. You're like, Jesus, take the wheel. Nigga, you gonna start praying to somebody. You know what I'm saying? What do? You gonna meditate? So we have graduated from prayer, and now niggas say that they meditate, right? And then some people is like, I don't pray no more. I just meditate. You know what I'm saying? I just light candles and shit. You know what I mean? I talk to the ancestors like, you know what I'm saying? Ancestors, you see me. You see me. And I'm like, no, nigga, prayer is prayer. Even if you praying to yourself, it's just the concept of who you're praying to might have changed. Some niggas have become egotistical. Now they like, I'm God. I'm praying to myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm Jesus. You know what I mean? You know, and then some people say I'm praying to my ancestors because they're all around me. So when I put my altar together, you know, I'm gonna speak to my ancestors. I'm gonna ask them, you know, to make my crypto go through the make my Dogecoin blow, you know what I mean? Make my guap explode, shit like that. You know, protect me from COVID. You know, all of these things. Is that not prayer, my nigga? Even when I write down my invocations on a full moon, it's a form of prayer. You know what I'm talking about? So we should not be ashamed of the power of prayer. We should not be ashamed of being of getting on our knees and praying. We should not be ashamed of invoking or calling on, you know, whatever deity that you feel the most tapped into, that you can draw the most power from. You feel me? Some people have a special relationship with the saints. Some people have a special relationship with the Orishas. Some people have a special relationship with Jesus himself. You think I'm going to try to take that away from you? What am I going to give you? What am I going to give you? Not going to take anything away from you and not replace it with something. You know what I mean? Shit like that, you're going to have to figure that one out on your own. You should never let no man or woman on Al Gore's fucking internet take your religion from you. You can't take away what your grandmama gave you, my nigga. Stop it, Five. You know what I'm talking about?
To this day.
You can't take that away.
To this day.
You can't take that away. What you do take away is the way that your ass interpreted it. You know what I'm talking about? What you do take away, you could remix the story. It's malleable. You know what I mean? But you can't take away what made you. At least I don't think. What do atheists have? Remote controllers, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Remote controllers. Don't even ask me. I don't know. What Nana, what Go-Go, what Paw, what Auntie and Uncle, they vicious Jesus freaks. You know what I mean? If they gave you something, nigga, that's yours. You refine it. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. You getting this information, my nigga, so you can refine it. Okay? You're in a fucking refinery. Okay? They gave you some pieces of coal. You're supposed to apply pressure, my nigga, and turn it into a motherfucking diamond, not throw the baby out with the bathwater. You got it fucked up. Okay? Like I said, go and watch the TV show American God. If you don't believe me, you don't got to believe nobody, but it'll help with a better understanding as to what the fuck these deity systems are. What is religion? What is worship? What is belief? You feel me? What are these systems? We don't live in we don't live in a monotheistic system. We don't live in a one God universe. It's poly, my nigga. It's poly. You know what I'm talking about? Your religion, this shit polygamous. You feel me? Like Drake said, had to tell her that I love you, but it just can't be you only. You tell that to your jealous God, my nigga. It's not just one God. And for you people wandering around talking about this one God, you niggas are dangerous. Because you created a level of individualism in your fucking subconscious where everything is about you. Or just, you're living in that spell right there. American Gods come on the same channel that 50 Cent Power come on. It's on Amazon Prime Video too. You know what I mean? It's on Amazon Prime Video. And in that show, it shows you if people believed in this, and they gathered more than 3 motherfuckers who was like, this is a reincarnation of the Messiah, my nigga, this could be consecrated. They consecrated the dollar. The dollar is a piece of paper. It's cotton. It don't have no life to it. Motherfuckers have consecrated that shit to where it has more life to it than an actual living human being. They will sell your full blood pumping, heart pumping body. They'll sell your red blooded body for a bag of motherfucking C notes, for a bag of what do they call that? The shit don't move. It's pieces of paper and cotton. Okay? They'll sell it. They'll sell a whole body. They'll sacrifice a full body for a bag of paper. You better believe it, my nigga. Why was Akhenaten pushing the one God? Bro, you gotta ask Akhenaten. You know what I'm talking about? That's what they'll do. An intangible product. It doesn't multiply. It's not fruitful. It doesn't eat. You know what I mean? It's a fucking piece of paper that somebody added value to, and people will kill you for it. It's an inanimate object. Thank you. Oh my goodness. It's an inanimate object, right? The same way that they was sending niggas up for silver, for shekels and pieces of coin and whatnot, and cola nuts, shit like that. So, with that being said, when we came together, I was just like, look, regardless of where you are mentally in your thought process, who you believe in, who you don't believe in, what you think, if DMX says praise Jesus, that's the cross that he's bearing. That's where he's at with it, right? If he's praying, he only gonna pray to who the fuck he knows, right? He only gonna pray to who he knows. You pray to who you know. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta pray to who you know. And that's where freedom is. The ability to allow a motherfucker to do what the fuck they know how to do. But don't miss the ultimate goal, and that is to send energy to a person who needs that energy. And then they did that. And before our lecture was over, they came and told us that he pulled out of a coma, right? I don't know if it's true or not. But to be honest with you, this shit is all mental. I would rather them say that he pulled out of a coma and he's going to be all right, even if he's in ICU. rather than saying, yo, he's dead. There's nobody that I know, right? I've been around for 40 some odd years. There's nobody that I know. Once the media said that you're dead, you're fucking dead. There's nobody that they came back and was like, oh, nah, my bad. We made a mistake. That nigga wasn't dead. That's not how it goes. This holographic universe that we live in. It's about an agree. It's a collective agreement as well. If everybody said that your ass is not here, you not here. If they said that you dead, my nigga, you're dead. Guess what? You're dead. Okay, that's how it works. And if everybody decides to stop saying your name, then you're really dead because you'll be erased forever, right? From the annals of history. Henceforth, why the elders in Africa, I don't know why they don't say this in the hood and whatnot. Even the rappers that are dying young, at least them niggas got to rap before they died. Their song might get sampled by Justin Bieber's second fucking child or whatnot. I don't know. You know what I mean? Elon Musk, the fucking child with the name that nobody could pronounce, and that child has a child, and then that child samples one of these young niggas. You know what I'm saying? Little face tat and whatnot. He got killed when he was young, but then he'll have he'll pop off in 2183. Shit like that. You know? You have to, that's why they say write a book. Always put something in this physical realm that's going to keep your memory and your name alive, because once you go, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. People be under the impression that I hate religion or I hate people that are in religion. I love all of y'all. I have no qualms whatsoever to any of y'all, because I don't, you see, the thing is, I'm not in that environment per se. I've set it up to where my life is not surrounded by religious people. So as fucking as toxic as that shit could be, I'm not in that pot, right? So I don't have to run around with hate in my heart or a heavy heart, or I don't have to despise somebody. I don't have to have some type of ill feelings, because when I go to sleep at night, the person that I got ill feelings for, right? They not going to sleep feeling the same way. That shit is on me. I got to carry that. It's going to make my face wrinkled. You know what I'm talking about? It's going to make my heart heavy and whatnot. So if I see people doing their worship thing and whatnot, and they are zealots, because niggas be zealots in the streets. You know what I mean? I'm talking about fanatical when it comes to religion, the way that they do religion. I'm talking about, Sky Daddy fanatics. You know what I mean? I'm like, shit, whatever. Like, that's your journey, nigga. Remember Hero's Journey? That's your journey. You on a path. How the fuck can you tell certain people's grandparents? I don't know what they seen in Jim Crow. I don't know what they witnessed in the civil rights era. I don't know what they witnessed on those islands that they come from. You know what I mean? To make them so religious. But how the hell do I can't judge nobody. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we are all here to serve our purpose. And my purpose is not to be staring at niggas because they're religious. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Bobby helped us. Bobby helped me with that a lot. I was so judgmental. I was so filled with hate. I was so angry. You know what I'm talking about? My heart was so fucking heavy. I was so arrogant. I was so egotistical getting this information. I thought that I was, you know what I mean? Like that shit, it made me big-headed for a minute. You didn't know me when I was like that, but still, it happened. We're talking like 06, 07, before my son was born, right? You know, a little while before that. There was an arrogance. And this shit wasn't on the internet like it is now. This is different. This is some new shit. It was very underground. It was very much a small circle of it was an elitist type of thing. You know what I mean? But not in the type of bougie elitist way. It was just elitist because everybody couldn't think the way that we were thinking. A lot of people could not conceive the information. There was no Google, right? There wasn't Google. There wasn't you had to go to the library. You had to research, and you had to know smart people in order to bounce questions off of them. And the master teachers was not talking to niggas such as myself. Okay. They was not entertaining young niggas like that. You know what I'm talking about? They were not. They was not. Niggas smelling like McDonald's, asking stupid questions. They wasn't entertaining too many things that we had to ask them. You know? Did they push DMX because he loves Jesus and that would keep us sleeping? I was outside for the DMX wave. They who the fuck is they? They didn't push DMX. I feel like DMX pushed itself. Get at Me Dog took off. The Benjamins with the Locks took off. That was one of the biggest songs that summer. Get at Me Dog was bigger than that. The shit just took off. So I don't know if it's about his love of Jesus and whatnot. Cause I don't want to, you know what I mean? We could get lost in conspiracy, B. Yeah, asking Jeeves. Jeeves ain't no shit back in the days. I promise you, Jeeves didn't know a goddamn thing. There was no Facebook. There was no niggas. They didn't have memes to teach niggas. Niggas learn from memes these days. There was no memes. There was no YouTube channels. You had to study the DVDs and the VCRs for mad long. You had to pause them. You had to fucking get in your dictionary. If Bobby Hemmett said a certain book, you had to go and buy that book and get into that book. Like, this shit was like a fucking scavenger hunt for nerds. It was really interesting, right? So Bobby and Phil and a few other master teachers even Dr. Sabi, he allowed us to let go of the prejudices that we had. Like, oh, you niggas is in church. Oh, you niggas is religious. Oh, nah, you can't sit with us. You know what I mean? Like, you niggas is zombies. You niggas is dead. Like, we used to talk crazy. You know how the Moors be talking about NBCs these days? You know how they be having vitriol? Like, oh, that nigga's black. Ah, you're a Negro. You're black. You're colored. Like, yeah, that part. We have vitriol like that. You know? Kind of have vitriol like that. But you know, it made people who they are. It matured people. It helped me with my, you know, later on in life, it helped me approach when other people approach me with their religion and they want to get out of religion and they got their questions and I'm able to, you know, speak to them from a perspective, you know what I'm talking about, of like where the teachers were talking to us. You know what I mean? They wasn't taking everything away from us. They wasn't saying throw everything away. They were not saying that. Yeah, the passport in New York City. Yeah, they got the vaccine passport in New York City. And yeah, Sabir, that's my guy. All right. He started out on our platforms. We when he started out back in the days, we all kind of started out around the same time. And I was gonna make this announcement. So I should have had made this announcement in the beginning, like I said. Louisville, Kentucky, right? Juneteenth, which is gonna be Father's Day. And it's gonna be the solstice. Right? Damn, I gotta okay. I just realized something. Yeah, Louisville, Kentucky, Juneteenth weekend, Knowledge Fest. Blue Pill, Red Pill, Boyce Watkins, Sabir Bay, and Styles P. Right? How the fuck does that sound? Right? Come back to me.
To this day. To this day.
That's a nice lineup. That's a nice lineup right there. You know what I'm talking about? That's a nice lineup. So we'll be in the building. And we coming back to Kentucky. Shout out to Kentucky. We was out there before. It was nice out there. You know, it was definitely nice in Kentucky. They showed us love. Another space. The Moors out there is very active. You know what I'm talking about? Very active. And it's gonna be lit. So somebody said that's like the Nets lineup. Not exactly, but yeah, Styles P got a nice vegan juice bar. You know what I'm saying? And he got gun bars too. He got a juice bar and he got gun bars. That might be my favorite gangster rapper. You know, he's very vivid with it. So I respect everybody on that bill. Mario Cuomo is gonna be doing. He's initiating the vaccine passport, right? So the vaccine passport is basically gonna be utilized to get into venues. It's gonna be utilized to get on airplanes. I just got off of a plane today, right? They're not tripping in the airports, right? That's a fact. They wasn't tripping. They wasn't acting away. You know what I mean? But I could definitely see where the thing is going, right? I could see it. I could definitely see it. It can happen, right? It could definitely happen. Um, and if it does happen, because everything happens, not everything, but New York on boards a lot of things, right? So Texas and Florida, right? They're the ones standing up right now to say we are not pushing no mandatory vaccine passports in our states. I don't know about what those guys are doing. We're not doing anything in our states. You feel me? We're not doing nothing over here. And I was like, show enough, you damn right. You know what I'm talking about? Siri, book a flight to Florida. You know what I mean? Because if I gotta go to Florida, if Florida and Texas becomes the last standing states, I will get up and relocate like this. Not sitting around in no state where you need a fucking passport to go to sit in a restaurant, or if you don't have the passport, you got to do takeout. Now, I'm not living nowhere where they're gonna be treating niggas like you a da-dun. You know what I'm talking about? Not me. I'm not going through that. I'm going to wherever they're gonna say you don't need no passport, and from there we'll have a whole bunch of people that'll be like-minded, and we could figure it out a lot better than being in this cesspool of motherfuckers that's confused, niggas running around fake, they getting a jab and they keeping it to themselves. It's a nigga that I know that got the jab and he just let me know, like, yo, I ain't want to really let you know, son, but I'm like, what happened? You all right? He's like, yeah, I got the jab. Like, what? You got the who, nigga? Back up. You know what I'm talking about? Give me don't take the blunt, keep it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not smoking with you, my nigga. Keep that. Fuck out of here. Like, are you serious? You niggas hear all of this information and you still decide the older people get a pass. The civil rights niggas, they get a pass. The baby boomers, like my dad's generation and them, they get a pass, my nigga. You're not gonna stop you're not gonna stop old heads from getting the jab so they could go to these barbecues this summer, my nigga. Like, they living in perpetual fear. They want to see another verses with the Osley brothers. Like, they not trying. They like, look, nigga, they got the Earth, Wind and Fire and the Osley brothers is doing verses and all of this shit. Like, shit getting lit. Kevin Samuels is popping with the salt and pepper hair. Old niggas is like, I'm trying to stick around, man. You niggas is bugging. Right. They like, you niggas was playing. I'm trying to go to the barbecue. You know what I mean? Shit. Give me ladies are out. They got these ladies in these sundresses. Nah, but when it comes to the old heads, I could understand. I don't it's not something that I'm co-signing. I'm definitely at war trying my best to convince my dad. He's he's the one who would do it. You know what I mean? I'm like, Dad, you don't need to do it, fam. Like, you good, bro. You good. Like, he don't want to hear none of the Seymour shit. He like, fam, I'm trying to get out the house. I'm like, Dad, you don't gotta really go anywhere right now. Like, nigga, Uber Eats. But what are you gonna tell? What are you gonna tell the old heads? I'm talking about 60 and up. What happens if you smash somebody that have the vaccine? You know the answer to that. Then you got the vaccine. You know what I'm talking about? If you smash somebody that got the vaccine, my nigga, you know what I mean? You probably was drinking her sweet nectar, nigga. You got it too. What mic is this? This is a pre-Sonus. This is a pre-Sonus, a compressor. It came with this kit, with this mixer for any of my DJ niggas out there. See it say pre-Sonus. Yeah, I know a lot of y'all parents jumped, man. A lot of people jumped. To be honest with you, low key, my dad probably did it, and he's just keeping us at bay. Like, he's not telling me anything. He's not saying yay or nay. You know what I mean? He's not saying yay or nay. So I'm like, I'm just praying for you. Like on some I'm playing DMX prayer for you, my nigga. Like, you know, just praying, bro. You know what I mean? Just praying. Cause what can you tell? The older people, they feel threatened. They feel more threatened than we are. You know what I'm talking about? They feel threatened, more threatened by the thing than we may be. So I'm like, I get it. You know what I mean? I don't co-sign it, but I get it, bruh. You know? It's like going back to what I was saying about religion. Yeah, they watch propaganda TV. Look, they are of a generation. Remember, my dad and them, he grew up and that TV was introduced to him. You feel me? Little goddess is on her job. She on her job. Look at that. She gave you the whole rundown for the system. You know what I'm talking about? So he remember when there was no TV in the house. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is like, damn, how old is he? That's a dinosaur. Look, I was alive before video games was in the house. You know what I'm talking about? Like I was there. I remember no video games, nigga. I know you niggas was born into video games. I was there when there was no video games. I remember Christmas unwrapping the fucking Nintendo with Gyrobot and Gyromite and the fucking the duck hunt gun. You know what I'm talking about? That shit was like an event. It was like opening up Disneyland, my nigga, in the hood when we had Nintendo. That was a whole movement right there. An arcade game in your living room? See, got people that's born into it, y'all don't understand how evolutionary that was. Yeah, you had to go to the game rooms, and they was robbing niggas in the game room. You know what I'm talking about? They was hogging the machine with a nigga coming with a whole thing of quarters. And if he's nice, if he don't get, if he be and he putting up them high scores on Pac-Man, you had to be waiting for about an hour. Sabi created. I don't know if y'all know how many older people hated Sabi from his generation. Like, I don't know if y'all know how many people despised of that man when he was alive because of what he was doing. It's the younger wave that caught the wave. Keep in mind, he was around. He was around. It was people who knew him like they know him now, but they just wouldn't say his name in public like that. He was very well known by his generation. He was in his 80s. So the people from like grandparents, great grandparents, and parents knew about Sabi. They just ignored him. You know what I'm saying? So to say that Sabi is it brought the niggas wasn't, come on, he won the case in the 80s. Okay? And it wasn't no secret. Like all of the celebrities and a lot of people knew about it. He won the case in the late 80s. Him and my mother and my aunt, they won the case. The celebrities knew about it. They're lying to the people. They didn't never want to put him on. They didn't want him to get on. He was a disruptor, too disruptive. You understand? Yeah, they hate the visionaries when they hear, bro. They hated Tupac. They hated Nipsey. You know? Used to sell and hustle at the arcades. Yeah. Remember the ones on 42nd Street? Oh, the floor. It was definitely the man. That was before niggas had home theaters. That was the hood home theater. You know? Yeah, but people think that that's blasphemous. I'm like, whew, I'm glad y'all wasn't around to see the shit that I seen back in the days. Your hearts would be kind of hard. You know, I seen a lot of fuck shit, and I seen a lot of things that had me like, oh no, I'm good. I, I'll roll the dice in the streets, nigga, or I'll roll the dice off the curb before I go and deal with this shit. I'm good. You know what I mean? The things that have grown out of consciousness now that the younger people have it, the the probabilities and the possibilities that have been afforded to people to change their lives completely and just better their lives without having to put their life on the line. That's a fucking come up. That's a special thing because being able to do that is almost paying homage to those who were not able to do it. But I would definitely say if the master teachers and some great people who came here, if they had the type of budgets that some of the people are playing with today, man, they would have probably been able to do a lot of very effective things like buy land, like erect a standing army, and some other things. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like living in the past. We living in the now. We're living in the future. We're living in a day and time where if people don't want to see the teachers and the thought leaders, be living in poverty or living in piety or living in piousness or basically rubbing fucking nickels together, you know what I mean, and being humble servants, shit. Well, y'all have the opportunity to change that. You know what I mean? The same way that the people in the 30s, 1930s, and all the way back then probably had the opportunity to do it. I mean, it's really the people. The people, they decide who they want to elevate. They decide who they want to support. They decide who they want to follow. They decide who they want to invest in. You know what I'm talking about? It is what it is. You know what I mean? It's really not hard. You know what I mean? It's really not hard. And today, these days, the opportunities that you have these days pale in comparison to the opportunities that I can remember in the last 30 years. Not at the same time. Never at the same time was so many windows and doors fucking open, my nigga. Never so much, never, never, ever. Not that I can remember. Legally? Nah. Nah, this is a different day and time, y'all. I promise you. Don't fuck it up. Niggas is selling NFTs, conscious real estate, you know, domains, names. Niggas is drop shipping. They selling the motherfucking NutriBurst tea. Shorties is out here selling pills that'll help you lose weight. Seymour's lipstick, Seymour's fucking hair grease, Seymour's cocoa butter, shea butter, palm butter, coconut oil. I mean, bruh, we're in a new paradigm. I mean, I pity the fool who ever try to make it anything other than that. I pity the fool that ever tries to paint the picture that this shit is all bad. You know what I'm talking about? I would just be like, that's your personal experience. If people are running around with these dark, gloomy ass depictions of what life is, they're just giving you a window to their world. And how the hell does your world have to be like their world unless you trauma bonding? You just want to feel bad with a nigga. You know what I mean? Because misery needs fucking company. That's why YouTube channels be popping. You know what I mean? You just want to trauma bond. So people get online and they tell you about all of the bad things that are going on. I could sit down and read through all of the news events that was negative since the last time you heard me. Not gonna talk about that, bro. You know what I mean? We got DMX fighting for his life and whatnot. I give all praises and due and hope he pulls through it because nobody deserves to tap out because his redemption is on the way. Can I get an amen? Amen. His redemption. How many times did we see that man hit rock bottom? How many times did we see him hit rock bottom? He hit rock bottom many times in the front of, and the people, like I said, he's an interesting case because he represents the crackhead in rap. You know, you got gay rappers. He's the crackhead rapper. And as a crackhead, he represents mad niggas out there. You know what I'm talking about? It's niggas that started smoking crack after fucking with DMX. That's some strong, that's some bold, that's some brave ass niggas. You know what I'm talking about? Some bold ass niggas. You know what I mean? But that's what he represents. He's the archetype, right? He's an archetype of a crack rapper. And then vicariously, he may be an archetype to other men that we know and women that are battling drug addiction. But not only is he battling drug addiction, he's battling demons, Damien. He's battling demons. He's battling mental health. He's battling dysfunction. He's battling through his abuse. He's battling PTSD. He has 10 children or maybe even more, right? He's battling all of the things that come with abusive relationships and whatnot. He thought he was clean for good. If anybody is on the line in the chat room is 600 something people and you've been addicted, let them know. Please let us know, is there such a thing as clean for good? You feel me? Please let us know, is there such a thing as clean for good? Because he got 15 children, right? Be fruitful and multiply. Okay. So he's multiplied himself. He has issues with some of his children because of his abuse and whatnot. That's something that man needs to work out. How dare anybody but their motherfucking nose in his affairs when it comes to how he's raising his and what he's not. But you niggas are going do a TikTok dance to his music in a minute though. Leave him alone. Focus on his artwork and let him do what the fuck he has to. Are you niggas fix your life? Are you what's her name? Izana? You know what I mean? Everybody got issues. Everybody got issues. If a nigga got 10 kids, one of them don't like him. Everybody got issues, bro. You know what I mean? They've made our issues reality shows. They've made our issues the new fucking Chitlin circuit. They've made our issue talking points. Yeah, 15 children, shit. I probably smoke crack. You know what I mean? Who knows if I would relapse on some shit. If I had 15, I got 3 children, bro. You know what I'm talking about? I got 3 children and I'm on a fucking tightrope. I'm on a tightrope because if anything were to happen, I'd just be worried and whatnot. I don't want nothing ever to happen to any one of my children. That's my tightrope. You got 15 and they might be outside like you was outside, right? Never fully recovered, always recovering, right? Child support alone. I'm not on no damn child support, but I pray and I plead with the people who are going through that because I read your tweets sometimes. You understand? I've seen the horror stories. You know? Yeah, he did have some of the darkest music. So he also represents an aspect of that part too. You know what I mean? A lot of his music was soundtracks to a lot of dark shit that took place in dark places. You know what I mean? In dark spaces in people's hearts and whatnot. He gave him that soundtrack because of his torment and what he was going through, right? And his pain, people were able to use that as fuel. You know? I just feel that his redemption. I want to see his redemption. I want him to fulfill his redemption, right? If not to, I'm talking about for his personal edification of his soul and his legacy. I would love to see his redemption, not through a fucking record. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it be through your record, not necessarily through a record. And not to say that homie gonna be super duper clean and whatnot with a tie on and none. I don't think that we'll ever see that. But something, something. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like he has something that he still has to offer, right? So for the people that surround him, man, I just hope that he got some real ones. You know what I mean? I hope he got some real ones and not no fake ones around him. And I hope he could pull out of this because I promise you, he's tied into a lot of he's multi-generational. He's a warrior, fighting a spiritual war and a different kind of war. He's fighting a chemical war that many of our brothers and sisters are losing right now. And if he loses that war, I feel that, there's people tied into him, right? And that's not a good look for the people that are out there fighting their addictions and shit like that. I just feel like he's the poster child for niggas that bounce back. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, peace to that God. You know what I'm talking about? Dark Man X, Mr. Earl Simmons, you know what I mean? You know, he comes back as Redeem X. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not gonna take y'all time too much. You know, there's a vaccine passport. You niggas, Nigerians, y'all was on the roll call. Get busy. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know the lingo. Y'all know the lingo, my niggas. Get busy. You know what I'm talking about?
To this day. To this day.
Y'all know what to do. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. My Africans. Y'all know what to do. Yeah, cook up. You know what I'm talking about? Wayne's World. I feel you, my brother. Thank you. Jason, legend. Roberts, my guy. Mr. Grimm, salute to you. Ben Owens, Eduardo, my dude. Joseph, okay. Mr. Burton, Angela. Thank you for the love. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. Look, the brother shared, X gonna give it to you. Remember he was covered in blood, Earl Simmons in the tub? That was big. That was big in the hood. that was a big statement right there. That cover was real big, bro. That was real big, my guys. So, like I said, definitely shout out to the God. Shout out to the bro. You know. But a cautionary tale. A cautionary tale. A cautionary tale for the family to please refrain from them chemicals. I know I talk about the shrooms, and I've been cleaning up my act on these platforms because I don't want to lead nobody astray to do no shit that you niggas think that you on some God body shit. You trying to get your fucking December 21st conjunction powers, and you tapping into some shit, and it's gonna tap your ass out. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Stop being greedy. You know what that means? That means stop taking shit out of moderation. You know what I'm talking about? Stop taking things out of moderation. Motherfuckers be ODing and taking shit out of moderation. And you got to pay the piper for that. You know? I'm not co-signing no chemicals whatsoever. And the plant-based shit, you got to talk to me. I still would tell niggas have a shaman around you. You know what I mean? And not a shaman not a nigga who just calls himself a shaman. No disrespect. I'm just saying, for jobs like that, you need to see some certification. They should at least speak 3 languages. You know what I mean? Yeah, Chicago, stand up. You know what? When it come even with the DMT, like this, like I said, it can't be decentralized. It can't be decentralized. All of the psychedelics that are taking place, it's too decentralized to where there's no centralization where motherfuckers had to go. Remember the ayahuasca, you had to go to Latin America, to the forest. Now niggas is doing ayahuasca on the corner. You know what I mean? Like, it's just being bastardized. It's being bastardized. And because there's a bag to attach, I got a feeling that people are doing it to get a bag or two, and the people are not getting everything that they need to get in regards to the healing process. Because if you're not doing it for healing first and foremost, if you're not doing it for shadow work, I don't know what the fuck you're doing it for. I'm an advocate for medicines. I'm an advocate. Keyword in plant-based medicines is medicines. I'm an advocate for plant-based medicine for research purposes and for healing only, right? And when I say research purposes, I mean that if you have a certain type of quest that you're on, you want to speak to one of your ancestors, there's somebody that you need to link up with that's in another dimension because they made a transition or something, and you just want to have that type of connection. I would say explore. If you have trauma, if you have core issues, if you have a shadow self that's whooping your ass that you cannot overcome, some plant-based medicine, but not just the plant-based medicine. It's not just gonna be, it's gonna be more than that. It's a fucking process. And it don't just happen one time. This is an ongoing process. Motherfuckers been living with this shit for like 4 or 5 decades. And they think that one fucking drink or a pill or a fucking mushroom, you know what I mean? One mushroom on your pizza is gonna change everything. No, nigga. Snyder cut. Stop watching TV and these cartoons and the comic book shit. That's not the real world. The real world is that it's gonna take a lot of work. Right? A lot of work. Like Little God has said, do your own work within before you seek help without. I promise you, when we do these rituals, please don't pull up and you have not done at least one type of, you didn't even onboard yourself and start working on your inner self or your demons or your shadow. Don't do it. Don't do it, bro. I promise you. Do not do it. Do the work. Don't be afraid. Just do something. You know? That way, the shamans and people who are there to help can actually help. Motherfuckers be wanting people to lift them up, and they're not even trying to, they're not even shifting their weight. They're just dead weight. They're like, yo, pick me up off the ground and hold me up. No, nigga, do your legs work? You know what I'm talking about? What you talking about? You're going to stand up on your own. This is not Betty Ford, nigga. Yeah, Nike that shit. This not Betty Ford, nigga. What are you doing? Before you go, any movie or documented, King Kong versus Gorilla. That shit was lit. The Stop Asian Hate. Seeing Godzilla, that represents the Asians. King Kong, you know who that nigga is. You know what I mean? And they had ancestral beef, they kept saying. It was on site. They have an ancestral beef. Right? So whenever they seen each other, they was popping off. And Godzilla, of course, you know how the monkeys are. You know how niggas, the apes are. Compassionate. You know what I mean? He got on his ape compassion and saved this nigga life when he could have just let him die. Godzilla was out here tearing shit up. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that nigga was tearing shit up, bro. He was not playing. I fucks with Godzilla. He wasn't there to play. Yeah, the white man was the mechanic one. So the white man created the robot, right? To be the king of the monsters, right? The king of the kings. So look at what the European is doing right now. They're creating AI. You know what I'm talking about? They're creating AI. They're creating all of these mechanics, Internet of all things. They're connecting everything. They got smart machines, artificial learning, you know what I mean? All of these things going on. For what? Because they're like, yo, I'm going to make something more powerful than a human being. So as a white man, we don't have to live in fear about niggas taking back over or the Asians taking back over. We're going to create something on a hierarchy pyramid and whatnot. We're going to create the toughest motherfucker that you've ever run across. And that's going to be a robot or a cyborg, somebody that's mixed in and whatnot. So transhumanism and things of that nature, that's the new quote unquote arms race. You know? That's the new arms race. Yeah, Godzilla had drive. King Kong was just being used, my nigga. They was just moving him around like the hired help. And he was playing around with a little girl and whatnot. Godzilla, on the other hand, that nigga was focused. He had already killed the other monsters. He was just out there drilling. Godzilla's a driller. I think he's a Hong Kong driller. I don't know about King Kong too tough. You know what I'm talking about? You know? So they're creating the machines to take all these niggas out. They're creating the machines to be the new God. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, definitely spoiler alert. It's definitely spoiler. Yeah, Drillzilla. That nigga was drilling. He was not. King Kong was Asiatic and Godzilla is the Asian man. Yeah, I like that. King Kong needs to get his shit together though. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they brought in Khalif. I appreciate you, Khalif. They introduced the whole the inner earth thing. They blew that kind of open. That shit was kind of fly. You know, all of my flat earthers. Flat power. Flat
To this
power.
day,
Flat power.
to this day.
I see you niggas. I see you no curve niggas. So yeah, they went into Alaska and the Middle Earth shit. You know what I mean? Gravitational pull and all of that. It was kind of fly. Then they had the bullet car that was underground. They went to Hong Kong, right? That was kind of fly too. Kind of fly. So yeah, they came together at the end. You seen King Kong with that axe, right? Like Shango. You seen him with that motherfucking axe. He was getting busy. My best part of the whole movie is when King Kong sat on that throne with the axe. That shit look gangster. That's an album cover. I bet you one of these little niggas is gonna make an album cover. The Lils or the Youngs, they gonna make that an album cover. You know, reptilian brain and mammal brain work together against the AI, and they had help from the humans, right? Remember the children. They poured the fucking soda on the machine. You know, yeah, that axe was banging. That axe, look. I had my shit in the movie theater too. I'm like, yo, like my shit up Bluetooth. Hold on. I want my shit to be Bluetooth. You know what I mean? I want my shit to light up. You know what I'm saying? They had the blue light. Then they had the red light. Interesting. You know what I'm saying? Interesting with the colors. You know? Yeah, that throne was lit. He was on that lit. He was on the throne and was lit. You know what I'm talking about? Um, yeah, I mean, shit. They definitely showed 20 Easter states. They definitely showed in the movie, you know, like they kind of put it out there, like, you know, it showed me that Godzilla was not as ancient as, I mean, the King Kong was not necessarily, because remember, they changed up the monster universe. In the older movies, King Kong was climbing up the building and Godzilla was walking over the buildings. Remember that? King Kong had to climb up the motherfucking Empire State Building. King Kong, Godzilla was knocking down the Empire State Building. So there's a fucking issue with the size, my niggas. Like, how did you make these niggas the same size in this movie? Like, who did this? Is this the Snyder cut? Did they remix this shit? Yeah, we know that King Kong is Jack Johnson. That's all. Yeah, we get that. That's all. Yeah, I get it. Well, who the fuck is Godzilla? Jackie Chan, nigga? You know what I'm talking about? Well, with that vaccine shot, shit. Give it a few years. You niggas is definitely gonna turn to either King Kong or Godzilla. How about that?
To this day. To this day.
Yeah. Niggas is definitely gonna be turning into titans and fucking monsters soon. Shit. The minute they start sprinkling some shit to connect with them goddamn nanobots, it's on and popping. Yeah, so we're gonna wrap it up. You know, we're gonna wrap it up. It's definitely a good movie to see, action packed. I would say see that bitch on a big screen. I saw it in IMAX. It was an experience. I'm definitely ready. I went to see Boogie in the movie theaters. That was the first movie I went to see in the movie theaters. I went to see Boogie with Pop Smoke and the Asian nigga, Pop Noodle, and Pop Ramen. You know what I'm saying? And that was who saw that movie? That was I don't really know how that movie was. It was kind of written kind of poorly, but they were dropping some shit in there about China, about Asian culture. You know what I mean? And I didn't really like the way that they were harking on Pop Smoke's character, who his name was Moses, and they were obsessed with him. They were obsessed with him. The Asians, the Asian family, they was obsessed with that brother. to beat him. They wanted to absorb his power so the Asian kid and their family could go on and play basketball. But he was the nigga that they had to beat, right? He was the Godzilla in the way. He was King Kong. He was the King Kong of the basketball world because he was the nicest basketball player in all of New York City. They named him Monk. What was the name of the playground where Monk was playing? If anybody remember, yeah, the Ankh is definitely beautifully made. This is a work of art. They were stopping me all in the airport, all in it, because I'm not checking this in. This is going right here. You see, yo, I could do a whole reality show walking through the airport. God damn it. I promise you. You should see Honey Boo Boo and them looking at me when I'm walking through the airport. All of the niggas that voted for Trump, that lost, Q and the niggas, they be in the airport. You should see how they look at me in the airport. I could do a whole reality show, nigga. I could do a whole, you know how they do reaction videos? I could do a reaction video just going to the airport looking like Red Pill. They be looking at me like, what is this nigga right here? Like, who is this? Like, what do they make niggas that look like that? What is he wearing? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I'm a person of interest. If you trying to figure me out, I don't know. I'll be eavesdropping too to hear if one of them is he an Israelite? Oh man. Was the movie Corn Chips? Did you see it? I'm not gonna say that it's Corn Chips. I want to talk to somebody who's seen it. I want to talk to somebody who got actually seen it because it wasn't corny. Like it wasn't cornball, corn chips. It had its little, you know, eh, it's really for the millennials. It's not for people like us who are critical thinkers. You know what I mean? It's not for people like us that are critical, not criminal, critical thinkers. We're gonna be like, this is some bullshit. But imagine if your parents went to see like, one of your coming of age movies. They'd be like, what the fuck is this? And it's promoting intersectionality, you know what I mean? A little IR and things like that. I mean, that was the sister's beautiful. The sister in the movie, she's gorgeous. She's something to look at. You know what I mean? But the way what I walked away from it, they say the word ancestor like every 30 minutes in the movie. Dealing with the Asians, they show you how they go to how they fuck with the fortune tellers a lot. They show you how the Asian family sticks together for the child's fate. Even though if the parents can't stand each other, they're really there to push the child for their future. They show the flaws in the Asian family. It's because that family was dysfunctional. The Asian family it wasn't like they was up and up with it, but they were obsessed with Pop Smoke, bro. Promise you, you'll see when I'm talking. You'll see what I say in the movie. The way that they just they be sitting at the dinner table. So, you think you're gonna beat Monk? You feel good about it? You feel good about it? It's not a violence against Asia agenda. No, they're not putting hands on Asians in there. No, they're not putting no hands on Asians. It's really a propaganda movie to make you feel somewhat relatable to Asians, to be honest with you. That's the goal of the movie. It will increase a lot of people saying stop Asian hate who don't understand. But the younger people will get hoodwinked because the Asian dude did the movie with Pop Smoke. Asians are cool. Asians are our friend. That's our allies. They never hurt nobody. They come on time with the wings and shit like that. The delivery man is Asian. He's my friend. That type of shit is gonna come from a movie like that. It doesn't help. I don't think if I was a Chinese person watching it and I was an older, because their parents hate us. It's the older generations that really hate us. Nigga, older Jamaicans, older Africans hate us. You know what I'm talking about? Like a lot of old people just hate us. You know what I mean? They don't understand us. They don't like us. They think that we're fucking dumb. They think that we're the hip hop, hibbity hop hop. They clown us and shit. They think that we're ignorant. So, you know, it's not if the older Asians were to watch the movie, they're not gonna it's not gonna help them in their understanding about our culture. I don't think. They're just gonna be like, look, this is a wayward culture, like I said. You know what I mean? We can't be ruling the world and following the culture. You know what I mean? This is a fucking bottom feeder culture. That's how they're gonna see it. They're just gonna be like, this doesn't help. China's very proud. You know what I mean? I don't know what they're proud of. I'm not from there, but I know that they're very proud of something. You know what I mean? And education is high on that list. You know, education is high on that list. And I don't know why the older generations feel that type of disposition towards the younger generations. I think that that's something that you find in all different cultures. You know what I mean? They're critical. I don't know if they hate them, but the older generation is somewhat, critical of the younger generation, especially if they know that they didn't have their hands in grooming them and preparing them to be older people, or, to pass things on to them. And this latchkey generation, we kind of got away from that. We skipped that part. We skipped that part. A lot of the adults was fucking twisted. A lot of the adults were gone out of here. You know what I mean? They wasn't present to do the things that they were supposed to do to onboard these children into adulthood. Look, we're just learning financial education last week. Niggas is just learning about stocks when GameStop happened. You know how many people learned about stocks for the first time? They heard about it. They didn't know what the fuck it was and how it worked. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, could the old heads couldn't tell us about the fucking Nike stock, nigga? They couldn't tell us about the Gap stocks when they first came out. They couldn't break that shit down. Niggas is just learning about shit like that right now. So it just goes to show you that the rappers don't know about NFTs. They just talking them, like, shout out to Jim Jones and a few others. But the other rappers, they don't know what the fuck they're talking. They're just saying shit off of they don't know about crypto. These are the rappers, these are the athletes, these are the actors, these are the people with the most money. Let's not talk about the dope boys and niggas in the hood. Them niggas had bitcoins and didn't even know to keep them. They don't know a lot about, stocks and bonds. Nigga, if I was a drug dealer and I was getting drug money, do you know how many you know what my portfolio would look like, nigga? I would be the Wolf of Wall Street, stupid nigga. Cause even if I get 30 years, I'm sitting on my portfolio. Fuck out of here. I'm coming home in a fucking in a jet, nigga. I'm sitting on my stocks. I'm selling my rocks and I'm preparing to sit on these stocks. You know what I'm talking about? Give me the book, Judge. You know. Can you buy a house off of crypto? I would assume. I would assume. You know? I would assume. You could buy a Tesla. You could buy a Tesla. You know what I mean? I'm sure that there's some type of crypto real estate market set up right now. They got, bro, DeFi. The rappers don't know about DeFi. The rappers don't know about the blockchain. They know about Bitcoin because so many people have said it, but they don't know about the Ethereum. They don't know about the ERC token. They don't know about the NFTs. They don't know ERC 1155. They don't know TRC with the Tron blockchain. They don't know these things. And they got money. They supposed to fire every single one of their financial advisors last week, and they were supposed to come and fuck with their people. That's what I'm saying. These entertainers and a lot of these people with the small hats be having their hands in their pockets. These niggas they don't help anything, bro. They are fucking backwards. They're upside down backwards, and they all To be honest with you, the majority of them are cap. You know what I mean? They've been funding Israel. They've been funding illegal wars. They've been funding everything that has nothing to do with them since they had these people become their financial advisors and put their hands in their pockets. They did not teach. If you got a financial advisor and he didn't tell you to buy Bitcoins 10 years ago, fire him. He's a piece of shit. He does not know anything. If you have a financial advisor and he did not teach you about Bitcoin 5 years ago, if he didn't teach you about altcoins, if he didn't teach you about none of this shit, if he didn't help you become an angel investor with all of that money that you allegedly had, he don't love you. Shout out to Nas and his manager. They managed to get on board and they signed up to angellist.com and he became an early investor in startups like Nest, Lyft, and a whole bunch of other shit, to whereas low key Nas might be one of the richest dudes in the game. He's just not reporting his bread like that. I think he's staying away from Forbes, okay, because of the baby issues with the child support. But son is up in the technological world. He's up like that. When I did my research all the way in 2014, Nas was one of the biggest players. will.i.am is one of the biggest players. MC Hammer is one of the biggest players. Chamillionaire is one of the biggest players. Yeah, shout out to Jim Jones, but he's not a fucking whale. He's not a big player. He just has the technology based off of his team, and he got the lingo, and he's fucking Jim Jones, capo. So he's on board in the knuckle draggers. You know what I'm talking about? He's on board in the knuckle draggers. Nas, that nigga did not onboard anybody. He kept that shit to himself. You don't hear him talk about it in his raps. He's not doing what Nipsey did. He's not having fucking TED Talks. He's not running around having conversations and TED Talks and all of this other stuff. He's just out there investing, sitting on stocks. I don't even know if he got crypto. I know that he's heavily invested in the startup world and he got some big plays under his belt. And he's already had some big exits and whatnot in companies that he had bought in. So what the fuck are you like these, bro? They're lying to us. They got their hands all in our pockets. They're keeping us impoverished mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. That's what these people are doing. They're impoverishing us, keeping us poor, mentally poor, okay? Physically poor, spiritually poor. The small hats will bankroll anything that's going to deal with some type of expression of moral degradation. How is it that motherfucking Little Nas X could lap dance a demon, but Paul Pierce can't be with the thoughts? Talk black to me. What are they telling you? How come Cardi B, right, and Meg Thee Stallion and them do WAP at the Grammys and be tongue kissing, but Paul Pierce can't be with strippers? Come on. What are they saying? I thought this was about liberation. I thought this was about expression. Oh, the black man. Oh, shit. Nobody had never invited you to that party. My bad. Oh, man, that was for a whole bunch of other people. Not you, nigga. You got the persecuted penis. You wasn't invited to that party of sexual liberation, nigga. To be honest with you, you the face of Me Too. So you could only be at the door as the bouncer, and you got to have the wand. You can't pat people down no more because they'll come back and say that you had touched them. Nigga, you are the doorman, and you the nigga in the bathroom with the blunts and the fucking Tic Tacs and all of the candy and whatnot, and the black and the swishers in the backwoods and the fucking Lucy's, the nigga who looked like Kevin Samuels selling commissary in the bathroom. That's the only place that they want you in those parties. Real talk. That's the only place where they want you in them parties, because they don't want you in the main room swinging them things. They don't want you at a swinger party, nigga. They don't want you swinging. You the hired help, nigga. You get the door. Go get the KY. That's your job. You know what I'm talking about? Niggas is the hired help. You know, Niggas is the glorious hired help. That's the position that they have etched in for a few of you niggas to stick around. But the new train and the new boat that's sailing off is niggas with broken wrists, right? The alphabet boys and girls, right? People who like playing with little kids. Shorties this on demon time. I'm talking about full demon time. Thriller video. Right? And Little Nas X. That's it. And then they're gonna meet up with the Stop Asian Hate yacht over there, the Women's March over there. You know, there's little stops and shit that people jump on board, but niggas is not invited to that party, bro. We're not invited to that party. Real talk. We're not invited to those parties. Hollywood do not want to see no black men standing strong with an erect back, with their head high. You know what I mean? Talking that talk. Feeling fully confident. They don't want none of that. That's called toxic masculinity. You know what I'm talking about? You can't grab your nuts anymore, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? You can't grab your nuts. Oh, my bad. They do have a room for the gangbangers. They do have a room for the gangbangers. You niggas got to stay in that room, though. They do have a room for the gangbangers because the gangbangers and the set trippers and all of that, y'all let shit fly anyway. You know what I mean? They do got a room for the gangbangers. You know, they'll let you niggas on to knock the Beckys down. Exactly. You know, they do got a room for the niggas that wear Timbs. So it's crazy out there, man. Shit crazy, bro. But yeah, like I said, I'm working on my switchboard so I could start bringing in calls. I got a Google number. I just got to find it. I don't know how to. I got the number. I bought it. I just don't know how to retrieve it. Once I get the Google number, we're gonna start doing call-ins, callers. You know, we're gonna allow the family to share their information. Look how lit the room is. Look how lit the chat is. So if the lit is that chat, I could imagine what the phone calls are gonna be like. You know what I'm talking about? I can imagine what that's gonna be like. I know it's gonna be crazy. It's linked to my email that I use when signing up. Okay. Let me check that out then. I gotta do the search for it. You know what I mean? Because it's time to open up these lines and having these some conversations. Talk to the people, you know, but not right now. This will be another day. So with that being said, I'm gonna wrap up the show tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. Third Eye Thursdays is tomorrow. So we'll be back tomorrow. I just had to do tonight because I didn't do Monday. And I just wanted the people to know that I'm okay. Everything is great. I wanted to get. Am I done with Clubhouse? Now I think we're doing a Clubhouse this week. You know what I mean? Clubhouse is a commercial. We only using it for commercial purposes. Niggas is out there trying to make mad money off of us for free. You know what I mean? Random movie to watch. I was saying that, you know, that the Godzilla shit is on HBO Max. But this is the documentary of the month. I'm gonna write it right now. A. Rashid, Kabbalah God. He gave it to me. And I'm giving it to you. Can't Get You Out of My Head. That's on YouTube. You know what I mean? That's on YouTube. That's supposed to be noise. How many XRP we need? Bro, if you could put 1,000 on it right now, do it. Do that. You know what I mean? New music. Yeah, I did something with Illuminati Congo. And I got a beat pack from one of my old producers. I think it's we about to start the Scorpion King recording sessions. So time is flying so fucking fast, so damn fast. You know, I'm just trying to give a deadline. I'm trying to think when this deluxe is gonna be ready. I just gotta maybe this month or next. I don't know, but time is going fast. I thought I had some time on my side, but I don't. But yeah, we gonna pop out. We gonna pop out. May events. Let me show you. We got these April events. This is New York. We're gonna do something for this coming up soon. We're gonna do the promo for this. So you can meet Karma and you can meet Rain and maybe Hadia. She's not on the flyer. There's a newer flyer. But the single retreat, yeah, we're working on that. Working on that. XRP is on Uphold. Go to Uphold. Is it also it's on what's the other one? I know it's on Mandala. You know. We coming to Atlanta. We got something big in Atlanta. I can't let it out the bag just yet. We got something huge for Atlanta. This is something I know all of the family's gonna want, especially if you get into that money like this crypto money and all of that. That's coming. And like I said, we're gonna be in New York for this, right? This is for NY, right? Right. Yeah, definitely invest in Guap Coin. You can actually go and get the Guap Coin app. There's an app for Guap Coin. I'm on Clever Wallet. I fucks with the Clever Wallet, MetaMask, uh, Brave Wallet. I got Brave as a browser. I rocks with that. So yeah, this is April the 16th to the 18th. This is coming up. This is gonna be big. And like I said, and then I'll fill y'all in on the other dates. We're working on all of those dates right now. But the May date, I believe that's gonna be Atlanta, and that's gonna be big. I believe that's May. Lit. Look out for that. And then we're gonna do another state as well in May. So look out for that. And I'll let y'all know what it do. I hope they bring back the festivals like Malcolm X Fest and the one in Brooklyn called Dance Africa. And no, I'm not showing my vaccine passport to go to no festivals either. Yeah, Brave pays you to use the internet. Yeah, they do a lot of it's definitely reward based. Go and check it out. You'll enjoy it. So what song should I end this thing with, y'all? I'm taking requests. Give me a song. We'll end it with that song. Khalil, thank you for the cash app. Appreciate you, homie. Blue said he's gonna be in Tucson, I think, this week. He's not out there yet, but he's on his way. Said he's gonna be out there. A Doomday Festival. Yeah. I just hope all of the festivals come back, man. I hope they all come back. Send me the tracks to this email right here, please. Let me put it right there. Send me the tracks right there. That's not the Proton. That's where the tracks go. Oh, he said goat. All right, goat it is. You dig? Y'all got Juneteenth. Okay. Yeah, Juneteenth, we're gonna be in Kentucky. We're gonna be in Kentucky. Louisville. Shout out to the family out there. Louisville. You know what I mean? So, Love and Light. Somebody said, "Little baby, we paid." No, nigga, I'm not a DJ like that. You trying to get me to the YouTube gonna take my channel if I play somebody else's song. You know what I'm talking about? Ah, oh man, y'all funny. You dig? But yo, everybody that came from Newark who was showing love, who say that they watched the show, shit, I really appreciate when y'all pull up on us. That's, to be honest with you, like I've said before, and you know I'm not one of these people, I'm not no begging ass nigga. Reciprocation to me, for people who say that I've done something positive in their lives and whatnot, the reciprocation is when you come to those events and just when you pull up and introduce yourself. Yeah, Mike P, I want to learn about the copyright. When you introduce yourself, you feel me? That's a beautiful thing. I don't ask for much. Just meeting people, because look at this. I'm on the computer, but you're not. You know what I mean? You get to see me, I don't get to see you. So when we show up in your states and we popping up and we sharing the information and we want to see people eye to eye, face to face, it's a beautiful thing when they come out, because it be beautiful people. It's always good energy. It's a charge. You have no idea. You know what I'm talking about? It'd be a charge. So I'm out. Frida, what up? I'm out of here. I'll be back tomorrow and shit, you know. God willingly. Maybe I have a guest. Maybe I'll have a guest with me. Who knows? You know? But with that being said, we are gonna be out of here. Anybody that wants the 6-hour workshop that we did 1 week ago, right? Hit up the Cash App, $44 plus your email. You will get that airdrop to your ass right away. Okay? I got my assistant working on that shit. You'll get it right away. Red Pillar 75 at Proton Mail for all of the business. The business. You know what I mean? If y'all want to talk business, if you want to talk advertising, business type of thing, hit us up and we're going to get busy. What happened to Tough Talks? You got to ask Blue about that. The AA movie, the documentary, it was called Can't Get You Out of My Head. It's on YouTube. Can't Get You Out of My Head. It's 6 parts to it. It's dealing with the history of the world, in a sense, going back to like the 50s. The shit is very interesting. All right. So we closing out with GOAT. Peace.
Yeah, ho. Yeah, ho. Yeah, ho. These hoes, they but us, they naked. Shaking they ass and shaking they titties. Aunties at bucks, just staring at bucks, trying to break them a 50. They showing they oats. Remember we living in Quaker City. They face the Diddy, they hate the Liddy. They still make you walk for cheap cake for Diddy. I'm at the Barclays like I could take the city. Red is like King James, I'm up in Laker City. Illuminati, 12 day shoddy, all of my body. 7 whole days to state your theory. I be an 850I. Make a series. The rape was pretty. You niggas that stay woke. Now you owe faith to Diddy. Take that. Take that. Ho, yeah. The only dudes on your channel channeling ghosts. Camels on coke, exposing the oats of the camels and goats. Blowing the ram of the goats. Channeling ghosts to the ghosts. To go to the quotes on cameras and posts. Notaless radio, 10 strong. The channels are goat. Painted a coat, banana the boat. Pan-Africans wearing the garb, be standing on boats. So much of the cloth is flannel on totes. Meeting the masters, the panel of goats. Boogie down bronze, Yankee the fitted. Mickey Mantle the coast. The valley of death, handle the ghost. The mental approach, the ambulance close. White candles afloat. The plug of my ears, sparkle and shining like sugar my tears. Red in the blue, color the purple. I was with sugar those years. Listen to wisdom of Sophia. It was like sugar the ears. It was like sugar the ears.